Where we at though? Where we at though? Roll up gas, that's what we do. Roll up gas, that's what we do. It's true. Oh shit, Crespo's finally sparking the blunt at the beginning of the podcast.
I always like to weed up.
Yeah, 45 minutes after the fact.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Baby.
We be in the podcast for 37 minutes. Crespo was like, all right, I'll finally do this.
Oh, I guess maybe I could do this. Is this a podcast where we do stuff like
From
that?
now on during the podcast, we got to smoke a minimum, the minimum of 19 blunts.
I think we're never gonna make it out of a podcast again.
Speaking of 19 blunts, I was on the Facebook Skank Fest.
Skank Fest, Skank Book.
Skank Fest, Facebook, whatever.
Yeah,
it
whatever
is.
the fuck. Skank Book Face Fest group.
Apparently, it's gonna be a free for all when it comes to drugs in that bitch.
We mean a free for all.
Like motherfuckers is gonna be smoking, and I mean, I'm gonna be smoking, but apparently you can smoke.
Yeah,
drink.
yeah, you'll be able to smoke in there.
Okay.
I would imagine.
I mean,
Guaranteed.
It's Vegas, and I honestly think the smoking in venues and concerts and
I mean, you
stuff,
could smoke in casinos. You can't smoke weed, I don't think, in casinos.
No, you can't.
But
Not yet.
But I think in where we're going to be,
I would imagine a lot of people get away with doing it. Like, if...
Famous people.
Yeah, but also I'm saying if you got one of those like one hitters that look like a cigarette and you're sitting somewhere by yourself or surrounded by people smoking cigarettes, you probably won't get caught. You know what I'm saying?
'cause I
And then
can
what are they gonna do?
imagine-
Like, get out of here.
because I could imagine. I mean, like if you're at a slot machine by yourself upstairs somewhere and no one's around.
Yeah. Now if you're rolling a fucking blunt
In front of people.
and smoking a blunt,
you're like right
yeah.
in front of the camera, just like.
then I could see that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, But I mean, yeah, we ain't got to worry about
But
that.
I think being legal out there, I think it'll be the same as Colorado. Like we smoked, no problems at concerts, venues.
Yeah.
Like how Crespo walked in that one place with a blunt like in his hand, and the lady was like, "How you doing?" and fucking just kept on walking.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet.
What was that in Denver?
Yeah, remember when we went to the Young Dolph concert?
Oh yeah. R.I.P.
But fucking,
Great.
I
great
imagine
show.
out there, no one's gonna give a fuck.
We got to see Young Dolph on 420.
Yeah, we did in
Huh.
Colorado.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Oh,
a whole
see,
lot of
that's,
weed.
That's a good idea. I guess that's one thing we could talk about. I don't know if y'all seen this. I seen this a little bit ago.
What's that?
Phil just sent me something in the Discord chat or whatever. But did y'all see Rachel Dolezal got a OnlyFans?
I did.
Who?
The bitch that was
She was part of the
she was
NAACP.
transracial. She was like head of a NAACP in like Minnesota or something like that. And
Yeah, she was getting roasted because like she was claiming to be African American.
yeah, she's white. She's like a white chick, but
she's
she
a
was saying
white
she was
lady.
black.
Oh no, I don't know who that is.
You don't remember that?
You don't remember that?
Back in the
man?
day, come on now. You definitely
Happened
heard
just
about
a couple
this.
years ago. Anyways,
Pull the bitch picture up. Maybe I might know her by her face or something.
you'll know her by her face, but she got an OnlyFans now.
How much it is? $10? Phil, how much is it?
I mean, I'm not about to fucking subscribe. I'm sure we could find it for free.
Phil, subscribe, and then we need a documented report.
I
Get
need
back
a
to
numbers
we could
report on how
probably
much
find
that
it right now.
OnlyFans because we're about to subscribe.
I'm not subscribing to shit.
I ain't giving that bitch nobody.
I'll go on someone in bootleg websites and find it.
Exactly. Come on now. But yeah, I'm surprised you don't remember who that is.
I love how in your search history it says TikTok NyQuil chicken.
Yeah, because I had
That was
to.
the last thing we looked up. Yeah.
That shit was fucking funny.
Yeah, this nigga was like, don't inhale the steam. It'll make you sleepy. I said,
Yeah,
oh, no shit,
you don't
Sherlock.
remember this lady? You remember her, right? She said she was black, but she's not black. She's a white lady.
I had never
anyways.
seen that lady in my life.
It was on the news. Like, it was all over the news. But anyways, she got OnlyFans now.
That
Yeah,
old
you don't,
bitch?
You don't remember this lady?
Big fella, she thicker than a Snicker.
I mean, she looks like she when she's done up a certain way. You look like maybe she's just light skinned or something like that. But she was getting away with it for a long time.
Yeah. But do you have to be black to be a part of the NAACP?
No,
Then what the fuck is the problem?
I don't give a fuck. But
Did she do anything incriminating?
no, she was helping black people. She just wants to be black.
but
She just
she's
likes
not.
black culture.
But she helped black people, right?
Yeah, she worked for the
And black
I don't
people
know.
still tore it down.
Well, no, probably mostly white people.
Oh,
I mean, and black people too, I'm sure too, but just retards, you know.
I mean,
Who cares?
Who gives a fuck?
I mean, she's stupid too.
If she wants to identify as Asian, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't
But
care either.
she's not doing anything incriminating, and she's not like robbing people. She's helping people.
Well, she's not anymore. I don't think she works there.
Well, she's helping people now with their,
No, now she's robbing people.
now she's helping people with their stimulation. People are watching it, going, "Oh yeah." Let's look at the pictures.
Let's
No,
see. We should be able to find them. Looks like I'm not allowed to do that. Let's go back. I mean, she doesn't have anything that great from what the pictures I've seen or whatever. Oh, okay, maybe those. It's not too bad, I guess. I mean, a beautiful black woman, black queen. Rachel Dolezal, black queen.
That's funny. You just Reddit search. You just typed in Reddit.
Reddit. Yeah, come on. Of course,
out
somebody's got it out there.
It's out there.
If you want to see it, don't fucking pay this dumb bitch no money. That's what I'm saying. Retarded. If you think somebody can't just screenshot all your shit,
yeah, and then
one
post it,
person
yeah.
subscribes, post it all, and you're an idiot if you're the idiot who fucking subscribes.
I want to go back and
Unless you're the one who's subscribing it and posting it to all the boys.
yeah.
But other than that, like, what? This bitch,
Somebody's got to do the due diligence.
yeah.
It's like when you take a lady out when you're in high school, and then you see your boobs and you take a picture and show all the homies.
Somebody said, "So long, fried rice.
Hello, fried chicken." Just like
I love the comments. The comments always win, man.
So
Every
long,
time.
fried rice,
First
hello,
shizzle.
fried chicken.
I've always wanted to say this. First shizzle.
Oh, dirty Chinese.
This dude said, "Damn, I'm not usually into black chicks." I mean, she did have some nice
She
titties
looked
though.
good for her age.
Them titties were
Bro,
pretty
she-
nice.
she
I'm not
thick,
mad. I'm not mad
like-
at it.
She thick.
She get it, but I mean, also, yeah, for her age,
Yeah.
she's like 40 something.
Yeah.
I'm sure she get it.
She got a little throat, a little action finna pop off.
Black Queen,
But,
Rachel Dolezal.
but yeah, I mean, it's so crazy, like, and what's crazy is she's probably making more money now than she was actually doing something for the community.
I would imagine so, because
Yeah.
niggas are stupid, and there's a bunch of idiots subscribing to her own.
She's a race faker.
race faker.
Race faker.
That's some funny ass shit. You're a race faker, Quincy.
I used to put, when you apply for a job and they ask you for your race, I used to put Caucasian.
Did you?
Yep.
I used to put.
And then when I show up for interview, I'm like, oh, sorry, checked the wrong box. Sorry.
They're just like,
They're like,
about
no, this guy's an obvious liar.
right?
We're not gonna hire him.
They're like, fuck. We didn't think Crespo Morgan was a white guy. Oh wait, you put Brian. They're like, all right, cool.
Brian
Oh,
Morgan.
shit,
that could
they're
be a
on
white
Twitter
guy.
now, too? Damn.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they're out
Once,
there. Like
once they're out there, man.
if somebody's, your shit's not. If it's on the internet, somebody's got it.
Crazy.
Somebody at home right now looking at her OnlyFans, beating off.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible.
Sad.
Go away, baiting.
Go away, biting.
But if she pulled up and said, Quincy,
Yeah, then
welcome back to Would You Smash?
I'd take a dive.
That bitch got some money, too, so.
Not that much. She's not like a millionaire.
So if she said, I'll give you a 30-80.
She had enough.
smash
If she had she's got more money than me, I'm sure.
So if
But
she
that's
gave,
not hard to do.
If she gave you $300 and a chicken sandwich,
Yeah, I mean, I would do it for just the chicken sandwich.
if you had to pay $20,
Okay, I'll pay $20. Sounds reasonable.
sounds reasonable.
$20. All right.
It's not bad at all.
That's my limit in the casino when we go down there.
Gonna hit it big. Crespo's gonna go $20 and he goes, sir, you just won $80,000.
Oh,
How do I cash out and get the fuck out of here?
I cash out and get the fuck out of here. They're like, here's your own personal security guard, and you go that way is the exit. Thank you.
Insane.
That's so funny though. Going from the NAACP to only.
I mean, it's because she got internet famous, for being a transracial or whatever. She was the first person to try to claim that shit publicly and like got hype over it, you know. And then everyone's like, she's a racist and she's not black and whatever. Who cares?
But she never used that to get her job, did she?
I don't know. I mean, she said she was black.
Oh, yeah.
Like she told everybody she was black. If you asked her, she'd be like, "Yeah, I'm black." When she knows both her parents are white. And,
Right.
But who cares?
There's people who think I'm Guatemalan.
Well, yeah. How long does that fucking hold up? Because she works with all her coworkers, and they have like a fucking like holiday
Held up
party
for
or
years.
Yeah, until somebody like did
some
more
research.
investigation.
Yeah, until she started posting about it on the internet, and then the internet investigated it, and then
Yeah, if she would have just continued her job and not
because
said a
nobody
fucking
else would
thing,
have really any reason to
question her.
question her. Like she says she's black, okay, whatever. Maybe she's light skinned, but okay, maybe she is. But because how fucked
a
up would it be? Like,
light-skinned
oh yeah, hey, I'm black, and like, no, you're not. Wait,
You ain't
what
black.
are you? What are you? You gotta be like
Ain't you
something
albino?
else or something. What the fuck?
So
Bitch
fucking-
Albanese. That bitch Polynesian.
But I guess speaking of race stuff here,
Can't say naughty words.
Can't say naughty words.
Get upset.
Crespo, you put this topic in here, but I'd seen a story about this earlier, or whatever. But so from Complex, white comedian fired after he allegedly used N-word performing on Carnival Cruise and got exposed on social media. So first of all, it said a white comedian was fired after a clip surfaced of him using the N-word several times during his stand-up routine on a cruise ship. And I don't think that there's even video of him using it. Let's see.
Oh, they muted it.
I muted it.
That'd be cool doing comedy on a cruise ship.
It would suck ass. I mean, it would.
I think it'd be cool.
It's definitely not a good idea to try to do risky jokes when you're on a cruise.
No. I mean, I understand. I'm saying just being a comedian like on a cruise ship.
I don't know. I don't think it would be that.
I don't
Maybe make $1,000 or something, a couple thousand.
Unless it was like a big name comedian, you know.
Yeah.
But why would you? Chris Rock, fucking Kevin Hart, Dave
Right.
Chappelle.
I mean,
they're
they
not doing
they make-
cruise ships.
they
Like
make,
that's
yeah.
not. They do arenas.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, yeah, if you're
This
funny-
is for like a medium level comedian or
Yeah.
something. Like
Yeah.
I've never. I
No,
mean, I'm
no,
not saying I'm a
saying,
comedy
like-
expert, but
like-
I've never heard.
Like
of this
starting
guy.
off, like trying to get your name out there. If this is the only gig you can get,
I mean, I'm
like,
sure. Yeah, it could be an okay gig potentially, but then this shit happens.
I think they muted it. Muted the
Oh,
audio
yeah.
on this one. You can scroll down though, and they have like the Twitter.
Yeah, see that's funny though because that is muted on this story. So they just want you to assume. Well, that's I guess the clip where he's saying the N-word.
Yeah.
I
Probably not.
I don't think because the story that I seen when it was a little bit newer
Right.
was some fucking black Karen bitch on her TikTok complaining about this guy and telling the story about it. And she's like, "Oh my God." And like, I'm not, did he just say that? And so according to her, he said it once. And then she's like, wait, did he just say what I think he said? And then he said it again. And then she was like, oh my, yes. Oh my God, he did just say it. So then she starts recording.
Yeah.
And the only thing she captures is him being like, if you're offended and, you know,
Yeah.
then
Get the fuck
I'm
out.
sorry, you can get the fuck out. Sorry if you're offended, which, yeah, it's a fucking comedy show.
Yeah.
Relax.
Right.
You're not there to fucking talk out.
Stand up for your rights.
yeah.
And shit, bitch. It's a comedy show.
stand up for your
So
rights.
she, the chick I seen, she didn't have
Scroll down though.
footage of him saying it, which I'm sure maybe he probably did.
Yeah.
But who cares?
I wanted you to scroll down though because after this blew up, scroll down more. Keep scrolling down. Somebody went back and keep going down. They found his where was it at? Scroll up a little bit. They had like his Twitter. They put up like some Twitter. Oh yeah. Click pick from Twitter. Pick Twitter right there. Right there. And so somebody did some digging and search and was like, I went to his old Twitter account and this is what I found. And this nigga's jokes is hilarious. He said, for me, people are like ski slopes. I'm scared of the black ones. He said, when I look at my fellow man, I don't think that guy's black or that guy's Puerto Rican. I think that guy's a felon.
Yeah, did you know 1 in 5 black men has HIV? That's a pretty insane statistic. Every NBA team probably has one dude with AIDS.
Yeah. This nigga's hilarious.
That's a funny fucking joke.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, probably the point in that joke isn't like, look at all these dumb black people with AIDS. It's probably like,
Did you read that last one?
no.
That one's good.
Today, every store acts like a crackhead broke in. Come at 4 a.m. and buy a TV half off. Guess that's why they call it Black Friday.
I mean, dude, like, it's just, it's comedy. Like,
Yeah, it's a joke. If you don't like it, you don't have to like it. It's funny.
Yeah.
Or it's fine. You don't have to laugh. But
I think it's a double standard because when
It is.
black comedians do like the white guy voice, it's funny. But if a white comedian does a joke about black people or black culture, then he's racist. I'm like, come on, guys,
because
it's a comedy.
because some people are so brainwashed and believe nonsense.
I
And,
mean, how long have they
and
been doing that? Like since the 90s? Even probably the 70s.
I mean-
Richard Pryor was famous for doing that shit.
yes, but
Doing the white guy voice.
yes, he's probably one of the first people to kind of do it. But I mean, shit was different then. White people could make fun of black people in the 70s and the 80s and
Right.
even in the 90s and shit, for real. But it's only kind of now, more recently, where everybody's got to fucking walk on eggshells. You can't say the wrong thing. Like you see Kanye West got kicked off Twitter
yeah.
for his vile anti-Semitic comments.
Yeah, man. They showed, because he was wearing a White Lives Matter apparel.
Yeah, he's
And-
wearing a shirt that said "White Lives Matter," which
And-
is hilarious.
And they showed, what the hell is his name? Bootsy. You know, Bootsy.
Boosie Collins.
Boosie Badass.
No, Bootsy Badass. And he was talking about Kanye and all this other shit. And I was just like,
The
bro.
fuck
What did he
wrong
say?
with you? Oh, you know, little Boosie. That nigga get charged.
Like,
up
he
over
always be
anything.
trying to be an advocate for black people, but then everybody in the
He's a idiot.
but then everybody in the
brainwashed
but everybody in the comments
robot.
is like, nigga,
I like Lil Boosie.
Yeah, but if you're mad at Kanye for that and you're all about Black Lives Matter, you're an idiot.
I think Boosie's also a good content creator, though. So I think he was just doing it to.
How is he a good content creator?
but I think he's a
His
hypocrite.
Instagram's pretty funny.
But I think people like that are hypocrites because you
He's
can't
always
sit
getting off the
there
gram like Freddie.
like
pushing the
you
limit.
talk all that shit about like, you know, wanting to help the black man do all that shit, but all your music is about shooting niggas and robbing niggas and
Yeah, that's
doing
also
all kinds
true.
of shit.
It is also
Like
true.
that's a hypocrite.
yeah. Let's see. So
Who kicked him off Twitter?
Twitter?
Elon Musk.
No,
Oh, he was like, you gotta
Twitter.
go.
Twitter
Kanye.
did. He was. I don't think Elon owns it yet.
Yeah, I was over there last week. He said he about to buy it again and shit.
Can you tell him to give me a car?
Yeah, what you want? Model X?
No, I want something that's not out that
It's
flies.
funny. All
Tesla, you
these
want the
fucking
Cybertruck?
I want something that
pages
flies.
like don't exist for some reason. Okay.
Can we all agree Kanye's crazy though?
Kanye West is crazy, but he's not stupid.
Yeah, he's smart crazy.
He's smart,
He's real smart.
but he's not. He's out there, but he's not a stupid person.
Is he smarter than Antonio Brown?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Just
Antonio Brown is crazy and stupid.
oh shit.
Okay, so where the fuck? Why can't I find this article?
White lives
Anymore.
matter. Japanese lives matter. Croatian people's lives matter, Quincy.
The thing I'm trying to find though that was funny is I'm trying to find what Kanye West tweeted, and they try to call him anti-Semitic. Let's see.
power.
Of course, yeah, they're not gonna fucking have the full context or whatever the shit. Anyway, but it's all a fucking psyop. It's a bunch of it's
all bullshit. It's all smoke and mirrors. It's all
like
bullshit. It's all it ever is.
Kanye West sees through the bullshit, and he's a prominent figure, and they can't have him. Like,
you know what's so funny?
do you what's crazy to me, real quick, is just how normal it is and how not crazy anybody thinks it is. I guess when you're like, oh wow, did you hear Kanye West got kicked off Twitter? They banned him or whatever. When Twitter and the internet and that shit first came out, like, what? That would never make any kind of sense.
Right.
Why now all of a sudden people are getting banned?
Yeah.
From
like that's news and shit. Like, who gives a fuck?
Well, no, it's not even who gives a fuck. It would be like you have a customer at your restaurant or your place of business that is generating a lot of traffic or business for you, and you don't agree with their views necessarily, but you're making money.
Right.
And the goal of your business is to have as many people as possible.
Right.
And you don't agree with their views, so you say, you can't come here anymore.
Right.
I will take the hit. I will lose money to fuck my business. You get out.
Right.
That's essentially kind of what Twitter, like, where they're banning like, all these famous people with millions of followers that get banned for wrongthink.
Going against their policies or views or whatever.
It's not even their policies or their views necessarily. It's the government is 100% in their ear, and they're doing the bidding. Twitter is not a private company. It's a private company that does the bidding of the government. When Mark Zuckerberg goes on Joe Rogan and Joe Rogan's like, hey, so what's up with this Hunter Biden laptop thing? Or that got completely censored and like banned off Facebook and shit like that. What's up with that?
Right.
Mark Zuckerberg's first words, well, the FBI, even though he tried to do some dance about how, well, it's, we had to make sure and we didn't like turn it off. We just like turned it down a little bit. And, people were still able to share it, unlike on Twitter. But if I asked you, hey, why did you do this? And you say, well, the FBI came to me and then so I did this, and that sounds like you just tried to kind of, you tried to dance around blaming it on the FBI.
Yeah.
You didn't want to say that you're doing what the government told you to do. But when the FBI comes to you and says, hey, what the fuck are you doing about all this disinformation? There's going to be Russian disinformation trying to affect our election coming out sometime soon. So you need to watch the fuck out or else. And they're like, oh, okay, I guess. And then a story comes out about Hunter Biden, the potential presidential candidate. And
that's funny.
And then everybody on the news goes and says, well, this is obvious Russian disinformation. This is fake news, fake bullshit, Russian disinformation. So Facebook takes the fucking cue. They're like, oh, well, this is the disinformation they were talking about, I guess. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Come on. It's a government. That would be just like
Fagoots.
If Verizon, me and you are on a phone call on Verizon, and I say, fuck Joe Biden or whatever, and they're like, oh, well, you're banned. You can no longer use Verizon because we're monitoring everything, all of the communications through these lines, and we deem that your stuff is hate speech, so you can't have a phone.
Damn.
What's the difference between if you couldn't, you're banned? They tried to ban Elon Musk and shit from Twitter and like,
Oh my
because
God.
all this shit.
That's some bullshit.
Well, fuck Twitter.
Yeah,
I don't even
I agree.
use
They
Twitter.
trying to listen in and go, oh, we heard what you was talking about.
Yeah, I mean, and Ben's correct. It's because the government has far more control than they should have, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do?
Can't imagine if they was listening in on them sex lines.
I mean, they can hear anything they want for sure.
Imagine listening on the sex lines. All right, Bob.
I want you to shove that frying pan up your ass.
Oh yeah. Fuck Joe Biden. They're just like, oh whoa.
Whoa, shut it down.
I just remember we were talking about Kanye West, and every time I think I hear Kanye West or see anything related to him, I think about my very first interaction with Kanye West was when my mother gave me the first Kanye West album because he was supposed to be a gospel artist when
And
he
then
first came
Kanye
out.
West was there. You interacted with him.
No.
Your mother gave you the album. Was like, baby,
She
I'm
was
gonna
like,
give
you
you
got that
this here.
song,
Here's Kanye
Jesus
West.
Walks?
We talking about Jesus
shit.
walking.
Yeah, because the first song was Jesus Walks.
That wasn't his first song.
Wasn't.
I mean, it wasn't his first song, but it was like the hit single.
When did you
on that.
come to America? When would you like, yes, hello, my brothers, or whatever the fuck? What year was it? I can't remember.
What year did that album come out? 2000
4? Was it 4? 5? 6?
2004. Or it was 2005.
Because when did that Jesus movie
2005, I think is when the album came out.
come out? Okay.
But all I
So
know
that's
is-
when you got to
all I know
America?
is it was fucking D.
When
Ray
did you-
Davis. I thought it
When
was
did you get to
fucking
America?
in 01.
Okay, you got here to what then? Okay. My whole point is you're talking about like that's the first Kanye West thing. But
I was just saying like that was my like when he first came out. My mom bought me the album because she thought it was gonna be a gospel album.
right. I mean, I understand what you're saying there, but my point is, were you not watching Chappelle Show? Because the first time I ever heard of Kanye West was on the Chappelle Show.
Yeah,
With he did a couple of songs or whatever
Me
on
too.
there.
Yeah,
But that was like 2 albums before Jesus Walks. I think
Yeah.
no, it was on his first album, College Dropout.
Jesus Walks.
Yes,
I think it was. He's right.
yeah. So was that song he did on the Chappelle Show? 2 words, Chi-Town.
Yeah. He's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
Nigga, when Kanye first,
He's
nigga, I
right.
was a big Kanye.
Okay, I
fan,
could be
bro.
wrong. I could be wrong.
Nigga, I had the DVD he had came out when he was making
Yeah, the
beats on it and
DVD.
shit.
Yeah, the DVD.
Hell yeah, nigga, I was a big Kanye
And then you
fan when
put
he
that
first came
shit in.
out.
How come every time like your parents buy you something, they're way wrong on what they just did? Like that time you said they took you to fucking see Bad Boys 2.
That was a good movie though.
It was a
That
good
was my
movie.
grandma.
And she fucked up.
Boy, what go on? You want to watch the devil movie?
They was
my
doing
best
You
friend,
know
drugs.
what's up, new devil?
They was doing drugs and
Shout
shooting
out
at
my
each other.
boy Darren Frey, but yeah, that was what 2002. I went back the next summer just to go spend the summer there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was fucking some shit up, nigga. I went back. All my old classmates see me and shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga was trying to get some cutty, boy. I ain't getting no cutty, though.
I can get
You
no
make
credit,
me
Some hoes was just like, that nigga went to America. I was like, that's right, bitch.
They never been to America.
Okay, one thing I wanted to I guess mention, like, you know,
Got that
Have
good
you-
internet.
you fucking spit it out. You seen lately how everybody's all up in arms about there's always some new show or movie or something where
the Little Mermaid,
like the Little Mermaid and they make the Little Mermaid black or something and then there's a huge story because everybody hates the Little Mermaid because the Little Mermaid's black and they're all racist.
I mean, like honestly, who cares? But I mean, like
It is who cares.
remakes are always ass anyway.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're definitely like trying. They're unoriginal and they have no ideas and they can't think of anything new, so they try to take already made shit and just like twist it to their propaganda.
Yeah.
Like Shaggy is black now from Scooby-Doo. They're making a new like adult Scooby-Doo cartoon or something. Velma is officially a lesbian. Ooh, and Shaggy is a black guy now for some reason. Which I see now. I think the whole point in that is kind of this.
Why Shaggy gotta be the black guy? What was the nigga with the handkerchief around his neck? That
Fred.
was always
Yeah.
fresh? Yeah.
Why does the dumb stoner guy
gotta
who's
be
a
the-
pussy
Yeah.
got to be the black guy?
Yeah.
Why can't it be the cool, level-headed leader guy
With the fucking-
who fucks the
kerchief
shit out
around his neck
of
and
Daphne
shit.
or whatever?
Hey, yeah, that was my nigga. Nigga was fresh.
But my whole point about bringing that stuff up, yeah, and like Rings of Power and their change, there's with Rings of
Watchmen.
Power, like the new Lord of the Rings thing, the thing that these idiots don't understand is that, like, now they'll be like there's like black elves and white elves and Chinese elves and all these people living together of all these different races in Middle Earth or whatever, and all these different. How the fuck in thousands of years ago did, in this fictional world, did all these cultures end up intermingling and having all these different races? And so, like, at least in Game of Thrones, like, the people in the South were more darker skinned, more like Mediterranean looking. The people up north in the winter were white, fair skinned, fucking, because that's how fucking the world works. You don't get
How do you feel? So how do you feel about what was that bitch back in the day that played Cleopatra? That white bitch, Elizabeth.
I don't give a fuck. Well, my whole point about bringing this
historically accurate, though.
Of course, I mean, that's stupid, and you shouldn't do it if it's not historically accurate. But my whole point in bringing the whole thing up is it's retarded, and even talking about it, like, that's the point. Making people mad and generating outrage, because any publicity is good publicity, right. And I believe that it's a deliberate effort to get people, and then you also have a built-in excuse. So you make the Little Mermaid black, and then you generate all these stories that will be like, oh, fucking the Little Mermaid's black, and you get all these people coming out, and then you get to be like, well, if you don't like it, you're racist because you hate black people. You just hate that a black person is doing it.
Yeah.
And that's why, and if the movie doesn't do good, like, well, there's just all these racists in America hating black people, not wanting to see the Little Mermaid. And they want to generate the story, because then there's thousands of YouTube videos generated like, the Little Mermaid's fucking black and blah, blah. Yeah. Like, who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck. Go fuck yourself. Fuck Disney. They haven't made a fucking original thing in decades. They can all eat shit and die. And getting upset about, like, and the Lord of the Rings shit, go fuck, like, all that they're killing themselves, and they're doing this shit on purpose, and it's killing them, is what I mean. They're not killing themselves on purpose, but they're like, the Lord of the Rings is like the most expensive TV show of all time or some shit. And it's a fucking dumpster fire. Like, nobody's watching it, I guess.
I never understood.
It's on Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood why people like do that, especially in historical movies. Like, they're like, well, why is that person black?
Because they're brainwashed. They're brainwashed in this fucking nonsense.
Changing their skin color doesn't make them a better actor or
here's
portray the character better.
They're brainwashed, and they're fucking rubes. They're simple-minded idiots who can't come up with an original idea. So if you wanted to, like, this, have you seen that movie, The Woman King? Or the
movie coming out?
I think it's called, like, The Woman King or something like that.
It's got the black chick from is that the black chick from Walking Dead? King.
No, that's a different bitch.
No, it's the black chick from Black Panther.
No, it's some other black bitch.
I thought the woman would be the queen.
Exactly. But that's the point. But it's a movie.
Strap on?
It's a movie about an African tribe of it's all black female warriors, and the movie it's this tribe of all black female warriors that rise up and, like, fight against the slave traders and shit like that. Okay, now if you want to tell an original story, and something that's about that has black people in it, there's tons of stories and mythological shit that you could find in Africa and Egypt and all types of different regions of the world. But no, you choose to keep retelling the same bullshit that involves white people, and then you just want to swap black people into it. Whatever.
So are you saying a tribe of women can't kill the white man, Quincy?
No, but they can't, because they didn't. Because that tribe did really exist. But it wasn't all female tribe. There was a king, a man king.
Pick up, Marcus.
That that existed, that was that tribe, but that tribe that they're telling the story about was actually one of the most like involved in the participation of the slave trade. They were these women warriors were going out and rounding up and murdering deceders and shit like that, and selling off other Africans to the white man and all that shit. Like they were the bad guys, but they want to flip it, make the king a woman and make the bad people good. What?
Yeah, that
makes no fucking sense. But just because, you can't show black people doing anything wrong, when you have to, if you have half a brain, you would have to understand, how did these white men, these evil colonizer white men, how did they get these Africans onto these boats? How would they get these slaves? They fucking bought them.
Yeah.
Because there were other African tribes with slaves. Because slavery was not exclusive to white people.
What?
Slavery was a very
black people
common
wouldn't turn on their own
throughout
people.
the whole
Quincy.
world.
Quincy's telling fake news now. He thinks
sorry.
black people would turn on their own brother.
Yeah. White people enslaved white people, black people enslaved black people, and all mixtures of in between.
Chris and Tom didn't lock each other up.
No, they called them slaves.
No, they called it an indentured servant.
No, what do you think a Viking had when they came through and fucking killed and raped everybody?
I'm not talking about Vikings. I'm talking about here in America when white people were slaves, they were called indentured servants.
Is that the one that works?
Yeah, I'm talking about the history of the world, not just this short period of time in America.
Oh.
White people.
Yeah, the world's been enslaving people since
in Norway. Vikings had slaves of other fucking white people. Europeans had slaves of other white people. They before they could ever get to fucking Africa. The Romans in 1 AD.
Yeah, they had slaves.
They had tons of slaves, and you weren't called an indentured servant. You were a fucking slave. And guess what?
In America,
you were a fucking white person from Rome or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I mean they did a lot of fucked up shit, man. There was slaves way before.
It's human nature. Like humans are fucked up, and the first people to stop and actually go out and start killing people for doing slavery shit, white people. Interesting. The first culture as a whole to like make it to where now slavery is kind of looked upon as a bad thing overall in the world, white people. You know where there is still slavery?
Where's that?
Libya. You know who runs that?
Black people.
Black people.
Libya's in Africa, if you didn't know that.
You can go buy a slave in Libya right now. You want to watch a slave auction on YouTube from Libya?
Yeah,
because they exist.
Let me see it. I didn't know they still do that.
They still do that?
How much a slave cost?
I don't know.
$50.
Let's see if we can find a Libyan. I think it's Libya or Liberia or something like that. One of those.
I know one of those countries doesn't have plumbing. I think it's Liberia, because I'm pretty sure that's where Tamba Hali's from.
$400.
Yeah, let's see. So Libya, 800 says auctioneer, 900. Yeah. Grainy cell phone video. Yeah, so this doesn't have a video. But I mean, yeah, you can buy slaves. Like slavery still exists in the world.
I mean, they have like, shit, like sex slaves. Like, I mean, people get kidnapped for fucking sex trafficking and get sold to rich people.
Honestly, unless
or kids,
unless we had like a large amount of wealth and like power collected, we're pretty much all slaves.
Yeah, we are.
Just certain levels. Some worse and more so than others. Like we've got it pretty good for slaves.
Yeah,
but stop listening to massa and don't give them your money, or don't go to work. Then see what happens.
Crespo would be like Samuel Jackson and Django.
What?
I'm just joking.
Like, oh yes, Samantha, can I get you anything else?
Hold that nigga, hold that man.
I've been here the longest, nigga.
But
You know that nigga.
back to my whole point about that shit though. All that race swapping and unoriginal story bullshit, it's all on purpose. They're doing it to generate stories and outrage and controversy. They know the controversy will make the people who are like, well, I'm obviously not racist. I will go see The Woman King and Black Little Mermaid because I'm so not racist. Yeah. And they'll get those idiots to give them money, and then they'll get all types of positive stories, or they'll get to say, well, it didn't make as much money because all these fucking racists, you know, you see all these videos of these racists, these just hate black people because they want to be a Little Mermaid or whatever, you know.
People can swim.
Yeah, like
Can they?
no, they can't.
They can swim.
That they've got extra bones in their leg that they're it's good for running, but it makes them more dense, so they just sink.
But I'm
Definitely
mixed
bring
though.
my trunks, bro.
I'm mixed, so I didn't think I got that.
Well, you've got half the extra bone, so
I know
you
swim,
are actually positive buoyant
My thing
instead
is,
of negative buoyant. So instead of you float like a lot, you almost can fly.
I'm gonna try this next week.
Yeah, that's how
Wake up.
that's how hybrids
I'm
work.
alive, nigga. The fuck?
Marcus is half asleep.
Just because my eyes are like this doesn't mean that I'm asleep.
You don't even smoke, nigga.
You know when I'm asleep, when I'm snoring in your mama's house.
Another, I guess, topic I wanted to revisit. So you guys, I remember I think you brought it up, Crespo, talking about the Kia boys.
Yeah.
Them niggas on TikTok stealing Kias and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I was looking into it or whatever, and I seen a video of somebody talking about it, and some people, I think it was Donut Media. Shout out Donut Media, the video I was watching.
Okay.
But they like broke it down or whatever in there to see like what the fuck.
Yeah.
Meaning, yes, it's real. It's definitely like a screwdriver and a USB cord, and you can steal a lot of Kias between 2011 and 2022. And it's for the simple fact, because my argument was like, dude, no, that's fucking impossible.
Yeah.
You have a fucking immobilizer in the key, and if there's no key there, the computer doesn't read it, and the ignition won't turn over. So it's got to be fake.
Right.
Kia wanted to save a few bucks, and so there's a lot of model Kias in America, because there's in other countries like Canada, which I'm not saying Canada's better because Canada's a communist country.
Shout out Drizzy.
But there's a law in Canada where all vehicles have to be equipped with immobilizers, not in America.
Okay.
So a bunch of their cars don't have immobilizers, so you don't need the chip to start the key. So if you could turn the ignition over, you can start it. And so, and it's also poor design as well, because certain Kias, in order to get to the, like, there's like a little cylinder, where the key goes in.
Right.
And you turn that, and when you turn that, that's connected to another thing that turns over that will start the car.
Okay.
Well, in a lot of these cars, the design of it, it's just super easy to, with a screwdriver, bust this thing out. And there's just a little pin that's like holding, it's like a plastic push pin that is holding in that whole cylinder, and it pops the whole thing out, and then you have access right there to that little it's just a little knob, so a USB plug fits right over it, and you use that to turn it over, car starts.
Crazy.
But other Kias, that piece is farther down on the steering shaft, like lower, like you'd have to pull the whole steering shaft out to even get to that plug.
Oh shit.
So poor design. Even if you didn't have an immobilizer, like on that, you'd have to pull the whole dash apart, and you wouldn't be able to
drive it
to get it or whatever, to get at it at that point. And you'd have to really know like where that part is. But in here, somebody probably just
watched the YouTube video.
Not even necessarily that. Somebody's probably trying to steal a Kia, being stupid, and didn't really know shit about stealing cars one day.
Yeah.
And like just busted the ignition thing out and was like, oh, let's see if I can turn that, and tried to grab something and turned it, and it fucking started. And they're like, huh, what else could fit in there? Or maybe somebody had a Kia and they were fiddling around and Who knows? But it's real and it's fucking stupid. And Kia's involved in a class action lawsuit because
People get that
people
shit
are
stolen.
they're getting sued.
Yeah, imagine being the engineer that came up with that shit.
It's like, whoa, what do you want me to do? I don't have
Off
What
of
happened
his,
to honor?
they just hand him a fucking.
Yeah, I seen a couple videos on. I forgot when I brought that up. That was a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, I remember that shit. That shit was
wild.
hilarious.
There's a bunch of young niggas.
Yeah, Kia
doing that
boys
shit. Yeah, the Kia
doing
boys.
stupid shit. But yeah, it's real. So you could do it. I mean, don't obviously.
I mean, no, yeah,
Hey,
Don't do it.
Don't we know somebody that drive a Kia?
I don't know. Oh, I
Sir,
do know.
this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Does he
drive a Kia?
Yeah, sir, do this.
Sir, dude, this what you doing later?
What time you go to sleep?
You got any USB cords and a screwdriver around your house?
Oh,
I could bring that. Hey, man, we're gonna do a little Kia boys
I mean, I don't want to
project.
use my stuff.
I mean,
Use his stuff.
That's true. Taking is taken.
oh my god.
Yeah,
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. So it's real. Fucking shitty ass Kias. Don't buy a Kia. That's why
Don't
I
ever
mean,
buy a Kia.
Kias are getting
Kias are
kind of nice,
stupid.
but it's Kias and Hyundais.
I like those tell you rides.
I mean, those is cool, but
That
Kia
might-
is
I mean,
stupid.
If you get one, definitely make sure it has an immobilizer, which might cost more, or depending on the vehicle, some certain models probably all
That'd be
have
some
it.
funny shit. Quincy just at the dealer, like, I'll take that one. And he's like, wait 1 second. Pops the screwdriver
Yeah,
out,
like-
pops the panel off. He's like, nope, I can start this. I don't want it.
I'm good.
They're looking at you like,
But I mean, that's
I wouldn't buy a new Kia. I think
I wouldn't buy it.
like I thought all cars had to have immobilizers.
Well, you have been mistaken.
And I guess, I was wrong. And because I figured, well, hot wiring cars now is
Impossible.
a thing of the past. It's impossible. And it kind of was because it's 2011 Kias to 2022. So what about a 2009 Kia? Probably had an immobilizer maybe and probably couldn't hot wire it and steal it
yeah.
some way. I mean, this isn't even hot wiring. This is just turning the ignition and starting it.
Right.
But I mean, you could hot wire it too, but there would be no need to, because well, I guess you could hot wire those Kias that have the ignition cylinder like way down behind the steering column.
Yeah.
If you know it didn't have an immobilizer, you could easily hot wire it that way. Then
My favorite car stealing movie has to be Gone in 60 Seconds.
it's a good one.
It'd be kind of hard to steal all those kind of cars, though.
I mean, they were getting keys though for most of them.
I mean, yeah, but that movie. I mean, it's a dope movie. They had a lot of dope cars.
Man, you seen fucking Toyota came out with their own version of a Hummer now? It's called like the Mega Cruiser. You want to look that
Like
shit up?
a Land Cruiser, you
No, it
mean?
looks like a fucking Hummer.
I mean, because the Land Cruisers were before the Hummers, and Land Cruisers are better than the Hummers.
It's called it's like a Toyota MJ Cruiser or some shit. I don't know.
FJ Cruiser.
No, MJ or something like I don't know.
Because there is an FJ Cruiser. They're
Are you sure it's not an FJ Cruiser?
Doug Dermo just fucking reviewed one. Look at search
God
Toyota
damn.
Hummer. Look like search Toyota Hummer. That might work.
Mega Cruiser.
Yeah, Mega Cruiser.
96.
Is this old or new?
They're bringing them back.
4 days ago.
That's an old one, but they're bringing like a new one. Oh yeah, I think that's the video I watched right there. Yeah, the Doug Dermo joint.
I mean, is this the vehicle he was reviewing?
Yeah, that's the one. Yep,
Because I think that's the old one.
yep, that is the old one. Okay, you're right. But he was basically reviewing that video because they're bringing a new model back.
Okay, so Toyota's version of the Hummer is called the Mega Cruiser. Here's a detailed review. Yeah, it's from 96. Followed the Hummer recipe and arguably created the better vehicle. Americans.
Who? America.
No. Well, I'm saying the Japanese made a better one than the Americans.
Lies.
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see it.
I don't know.
See some specs. But
1.1 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder diesel engine.
I think the Hummer's bigger, engine wise.
Yeah. It's pretty nasty and also sounds a little bit more fuel efficient than the Hummer, though.
Possibly. I think the Hummers might be supercharged. People drive on the left hand side of the road, blah blah blah. Yeah, yeah, suck it. Highest bid at the time was at 30 grand. What? 30 grand for one of those?
It's not terrible.
I don't know.
For a 96, I'm sure.
I mean,
it's in good
yeah,
condition.
that's the
Look at the
picture I
inside.
could find of it.
Looks crazy, huh?
It's just big as fuck.
All that fucking shit in the middle.
Yeah.
Got a whole map CD player, like CV radio. Damn.
That's pretty sick. But it's a 96 though. Like,
Man, so
you would have to spend like if you had one bare bones, you'd have to modernize it. You know,
Yeah.
to
How the fuck are you getting parts for that thing?
you're not, or it maybe hopefully shares some parts with
Hummer.
some other Toyotas. No, not with Hummers.
Well, if it shares with Toyotas, then yeah.
Like some other 96 Toyota trucks, but I'm sure there's some unique parts on there because a Hummer is
yeah.
like the H1s are unique on a lot of shit. Not everything, but it's weird how they're designed.
See,
Like the
that's why
brakes
I
are like
wouldn't-
on the inside of the axle or something. They're not like behind the wheels, and they've got like air tanks to auto inflate the tires and shit and a bunch of other crazy shit.
Huh.
See, I wouldn't want a bunch of shit like that.
Well, that's why you don't fucking buy a Hummer. I mean, unless
like
you're
a vehicle that's just like, because I mean, dude, they don't still make Hummers, right? I don't think they do.
They
I don't
do.
think so.
They just brought out the
Well,
new
they're
Hummer.
bringing a new Hummer back, an electric one.
It's already out.
But I'm saying, like, if you had a,
I don't think it's going to be a
like if you had like a
survival vehicle.
06 H2.
Even the H2s,
It's more
though,
of a
by
luxury
then,
vehicle. It's already out right now. You can look at it.
the H1s are the only ones that are like actual military application.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying
style
just getting
vehicles.
parts, like just
Getting parts for an H1 would be a pain in the ass.
like or
I
an
used to
H,
want the,
or any of
H3.
them.
But H2, they're similar to a lot of other cars. They're not Hummers anymore, really. There are, but
It's just a Hummer body. I guess.
yeah, it kind of looks like a Hummer, but
Probably
it's
the same
not.
Shit is like a fucking.
An H2 is not going to be as rugged as an H1.
I mean,
Like
I guess it's GM.
the
so-
military is not got H2s or H3s, out there. They've
Just
got
see,
H1s.
like 30 of them rolling up shooting machine guns.
Right.
Can H2s actually even go off road?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They use one
They're
of Bad
four-wheel
Boys
drive.
too.
but they're not the best off-road vehicle, Like you want like a Toyota Land Cruiser or
I
something
mean,
like that.
first of
probably.
all, in Bad Boys 2, it drove through 63 mud huts. Okay, so before you talk shit about it,
I used to want the
Marcus,
H3
that
when
was
I
a
was
movie.
younger.
was that an H3?
H3s are
Like
gross.
the baby Hummer.
That was gross.
Yeah, those are disgusting.
That was a movie. That was in real life.
I'm sorry, it wasn't real.
You ruined my childhood.
Bad Boys 2 was not a documentary.
I thought it was. Don't live in Cuba.
I mean, the new Hummers do look
Those are kind of cool, but I
cooler,
also
but they're
wouldn't drive that
electric.
Shit. Who makes it? Like, is it still GM?
Yeah, I think so.
You don't think that would be dope to have an electric Hummer?
I think that'd be cool to drive for an evening.
Yeah,
That's
but
about it.
yeah, what are you gonna do when you're out in the sticks and you need to charge it? Like you can't go off road in a fucking electric vehicle. Really,
You're just like hitting a hill, and it's like.
I mean, it's a street truck. Like it's
Yeah.
to go get groceries and pick up kids from soccer practice or some shit. Like,
See, I'd rather have that yellow one. That'd be tight.
yeah, that's an H1. Well,
that
that's-
white one's an H1.
yeah, that's an
I'd rather
H1.
have that yellow one. Cause that one with the full square body is stupid.
I mean, it does look cool, but I mean, that would, you got to charge it, and good
I
luck
think
with
it can
that.
go sideways too.
Yeah, you can crab walk.
Yeah, they crab walk, but you're
How crazy
going.
is
You're
that?
you would have that, And the first week, you would be going to everybody's house, and be like, check this shit out. My shit crab walks. And you'd be put in crab walk mode, and you'd crab walk a little bit and show off to everybody. Then after a week, you would never put it in crab walk mode again. Once every few months, maybe when you parallel park somewhere, you'd be like, I guess I could crab walk it in. And then you'd be like, yeah, cool. And it would be a pointless thing. You know what I'm saying?
So
it's nice, I guess.
That's why what you're saying is it'd be fun to rent one for a weekend.
Yes.
Show everyone you can crab walk and take that bitch back.
Exactly. Because what do you need your car to fucking crab walk for?
So, another side note question: when you're crab walking in your brand new Hummer, do you play Sea Walk?
Be like, crab walk, homie. Boom, 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 boom. And throw up gang signs and
Right.
you do all this.
Sir.
Or your shit's parallel
Well,
parking
that's-
by itself?
Right.
Sea walk, homie.
And that'd be only cool for like 3 times.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying. It'd be cool, but
now
like, all right,
it'd be really
go
dope
sideways.
if like
Because now you can be on the highway doing 90, like going sideways, like, like
yo,
I'd be like, oh shit, get away from this guy.
just looking up the side window, like, crab walking.
Just like no.
You see a Hummer go past you, going sideways.
that would be fucking insane.
That would be
Oh my God.
That would be scary as
That would be
fuck.
scary.
Yeah.
We driving like this. Pussy like,
Yeah, you just looking like this driving sideways. Just like
look at that bitch.
Like if it just had like round like fucking orb wheels and you could go sideways and then just like spin it or whatever. Like you
could
go
turn
sideways and then
backwards.
turn it around, go backwards, go forwards. Like should be doing tricks on the highway.
That'd be dope. Popping wheelies
Yeah.
and shit.
And then it'd be super impractical and
Tight.
oh shit.
That
Well,
would be funny as hell.
I think we can probably wrap it up.
Rapperooski.
Yo, rapperoni.
Rapperonis.
Rapperoni and cheese.
Rapperonis. Rapperonis.
You guys need to watch Gillian Keeves for sure. We'll,
tell me
you
what
know,
I need to
I will
watch.
tell you, because you need to support the dogs. All right.
You gotta support the doggies.
What are you, a fucking dumbass?
No, I stand your
Oh.
mom up like a bass. Boom, boom.
If you don't watch Gillian Keeves, I'm gonna fucking blow my head off.
See ya.
Oh shit.
I'll kill my.
Oh shit. He said, "Take it easy. It's been nice knowing you."
I'll be
Take it
fucked
easy.
if I'm not wearing that gold chain.
Oh god.
Means 1 out of every 15 basketball players.
Man. I was like, this nigga's funny.
Oh god! But some people get all in their fluffies and can't handle a joke.
What if every NBA team did have a nigga with AIDS on
They
there?
probably do. I know at least the Lakers did when Lamar Odom played.
Oh shit. That
I'm
nigga
just
had
saying.
HIV for sure.
That
Did you
nigga-
know that over? I think I've said this statistic before, but it's worth repeating. 100% of black presidents commit over 50% of all drone murders.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait. I see what you did there.
You know how crazy that is of a statistic?
It is.
Black presidents need to fucking.
But at the same time, how long
Maybe
have
tone it
drones
down.
been out though?
Are
Drone
they?
strikes.
Are we
Wow.
talking about the ones that identify themselves as black, or ones that are actually black?
Yeah, let's see them titties.
No,
again.
100% of black American
Has there
presidents.
been any presidents that identify as a different color, like
No.
Rachel Dolezal?
No, there's only been one.
There was a black dude. There was an orange guy. and
There's a
multiple
guy
white
who
guys.
was like, well, now that I'm president, I think it's time to blow up some kids.
Hold it up.
Get the missiles and blow up those kids.
Bill Clinton. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, you got it. That's my Bill Clinton impression.
I get
Well,
it.
Hillary, get over here and suck my dick.
No,
You're a fat bitch. And you're a dumb cunt.
I'm
I
getting
see.
out of here.
I'll blow up some kids.
Oh shit! I see what you did there.
Here comes Monica Lewinsky.
Oh shit! All right.
Roll
up gas, everybody.
We're out of here. We're on the way to Vegas. You might get a Vegas episode.
We're going to
Are we gonna do a
Crossbows
little
Mountain
episode when we
Sound.
get to Vegas?
We might have to.
Might have to fuck with it.
Might as well.
You know,
If we
maybe
got
maybe
time.
we're turned up. You know,
If we got like, good 30, 45 minutes or something.
maybe you might be able to bring some skankettes back to your room. and do a
What
podcast.
am I gonna do? Fucking. Who am I? Fucking. What's that one guy?
Fresh and fit.
No. Fucking. Fuck a bitch on a podcast.
No, I'm
You
saying
gonna
do a
fuck a bitch
podcast
on a
episode.
podcast.
Roll of gas.
Stupid
Be out.
bitch.
I don't want to listen to it.
This nigga always gotta go.